And my battery's about to die. Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, Brad Hussey here from freelancingfreedom.com, and I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about the consumer versus producer mindset. Last year, Yeah, I did a talk, not a fancy talk. This is quite literally a talk at a local high school to a group of kids. But it was still important, and it was important to me, and I like to think that it was a valuable use of my time and theirs, and the teacher who allowed me to do this. So anyway, I did a talk on the consumer versus producer mindset. Now, it was obviously tailored towards teenagers who are addicted to their phones, and while I was talking, were on their phones, like Snapchatting and doing whatever nonsense they do. But the reason why I did it was because, well, I was asked to do it, but I'm really passionate about applying this concept, the consumer versus producer concept, to your life, to make your life better, for the people who want to start a business and make a better life for themselves and live out a better existence. You need to be able to recognize the consumer versus producer mindset. And teenagers are the worst for it because they're the ones so addicted to their phones. They spend like 9 hours a day on their phone. And there's studies to show that. But you adults and you people who want to be able to make something of your life and set a good example for your kids and to, essentially start a business, the ones who dream of a better life, dream of starting a business, following their passions and doing something that matters, you guys are also addicted to your phones. And I'm not saying I'm exempt from that. I just published a blog post on my blog not long ago, maybe it was today, I don't remember, talking about being addicted to your phone. And Apple does this new thing where they show every week, they show how much you use your phone. And I think there was one week where it said you averaged 4 hours a day on your phone. And it was such an embarrassing reminder of that addiction. And you just look and it's like, oh, YouTube. I'm on YouTube that much. And I know I wasn't creating for YouTube because I was on my phone, probably looking at some stupid video. And then after that was probably, I don't know, Facebook and notes or something. Anyway, my point is you can see that on your phone. You can see that now. It will remind you how much you spend on your phone. And I like to think that that's actually a good thing because you can then use that to turn around and spend less time on your phone, be less distracted, because this is where I want to bring it back to the consumer versus producer mindset. If you want to be successful, and this is specifically, I'm talking specifically to the people who want to start a business. They want to start something that matters. They want to solve problems for their audience and their customers, and they want to create something that matters. And as a result, build a better life, make more money, have more freedom and flexibility and more choice, be able to create and make something that matters, and reap the benefits and the rewards, and the abundance that comes with that. Now, you will not make that happen if you have the consumer mindset versus the producer mindset. Now, if you're spending 4 hours a day on your phone, even if it's 3 hours or 2 hours a day on your phone, and you see that you're just consuming, you're consuming social media, when someone's on Facebook on the subway or, just out, when they're out in public and they're just doing this. They're scrolling on Facebook and you could see the energy being drained out of them. You can see the life and the focus and the inspiration being drained out of them. And I'm not trying to make judgments because I'm trying to do less of that. But I can see it because I know I've done that too. And what are they doing? They're not doing anything. They're not adding any value to their lives. They're just seeing other people either try and show how amazing their life is or other people complaining about other people. And it's just this endless loop of complaining and showing off and gloating and posting pictures and things that don't matter, sharing articles that are offensive to this person. It's this endless loop of consumption that doesn't serve you or anybody around you. It's sucking the soul and the focus and the inspiration and the ability for you to do something that matters. So, and that's an addiction. That is a terrible addiction that we need to get under control. So to flip that around, this is you consuming social media, maybe news, or if you're just used to like every day pulling up your phone and clicking on the email button and looking at all your emails and going through your subscriptions, and you have all these subscriptions and YouTube subscription notifications, and you're on Instagram, you're doing all of that stuff, you're consuming. If what you are consuming is just mindless content, is just invaluable information, is just other people's opinions, other people's complaining or showing off, then what are you doing with your life? If it's 4 hours a day of that, imagine what you could do if you flip that around, because you clearly have 4 hours a day to do nothing that matters. So if you say, I don't have time, and I look at your phone, or you show me your phone, and you have like 4 hours of your day is consumed with you just consuming nonsense, then you have time in the day to do something that really matters. So flip that around, and if you consume books, audiobooks, podcasts, lifestyle podcasts, education materials, maybe take an online course, or you're doing audiobooks and you're listening to business books, or productivity books, or books about improving your spiritual life or your relationships with your kid or your spouse. Imagine how much better you would be at anything you set your mind to. Imagine how much better you would be at coding if you're a web developer. Imagine how many more clients you'd have if you spent 4 hours a day trying to get more clients. Imagine how much better of a designer you'd be if you spent more time designing, 4 hours a day designing. Imagine how much more money you'd make at work if you did 4 hours a day of extra work for, I'm not really that passionate about being an employee, so I can't speak on that. But imagine with your business, if you spent 4 hours a day working on your business, working on your life, working on your health, working on your relationships, working on your producing. And this is why the consumer versus producer mindset is very important to define. Consuming, if you're just consuming nonstop and it's nonsense and it's just endless social media addiction or smartphone addiction, and you're playing games or whatever you're doing, and you're just consuming, whether it's TV, video games, your smartphone, and you're just consuming, and it's not a valuable consumption like a book or a course, or hopefully a valuable video maybe, then you're not producing anything. You're not producing results in your life. You're not producing results in other people's lives. You're not adding value. You're not creating. You're not making. You're taking more than you're giving. And that has a profound negative effect on your life and your happiness and what you feel about what you're doing with your life. So if you spend even a fraction, half of the time that you do consuming, and I'm not saying this to lecture you and say you're doing anything bad, because I'm guilty of these things as well. When I see that notification pop up on my phone, it's embarrassing, and I wish, if I spent that even 1 hour more a day, making something that matters, producing more for my audience, then I'd be a heck of a lot better at this. So try to recognize your consumer mindset. And if you can't allocate all of that time into producing something, starting your business, improving your business, getting more clients, becoming better at your craft, becoming better at your hobby, becoming a better husband, becoming a better parent or a better friend, or becoming better at meditating or getting healthier, if you're not producing something and adding value, and you're just using that time to take away and to consume, you're going to have to realign some things and your values and your priorities. So I guess what I'm trying to say with this stream of thought, unedited video, is understand that if you're not producing, you're consuming. That's what I think, at least. And if you're consuming the wrong things, then you're not adding any value to your life. You're not serving yourself or others. So spend that time that you consume producing something, making something, improving your life. And I think that if you can make a habit of doing that and getting addicted to producing and to adding value, then I think that you'd be a heck of a lot further in your life, in your business, in your relationships than you are right now. And this is advice for me just as it is for everybody else. So thanks for your time. Hopefully the battery didn't die on my camera. Have a good one. I'm Brad Hussey with freelancingfreedom.com. God bless you. Check you later.